सिडको महामंडळातर्फे आज पहिल्यांदाच 8 ऑक्टोबर 2021 रोजी सिडको इन्व्हेस्टमेंट अँड इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर समिटचं आयोजन करण्यात आलं असून नवी मुंबईमध्ये उपलब्ध असलेल्या गुंतवणुकीच्या विविध संधींविषयी या कार्यक्रमात चर्चा करण्यात येणार आहे। या कार्यक्रमात स्वतंत्र आणि समर्पित सत्रांमध्ये नवी मुंबईमध्ये यापूर्वीच ज्यांनी गुंतवणूक केली आहे असे गुंतवणूकदार, नवी मुंबई गुंतवणूक करण्याचे फायदे आणि नवी मुंबईमध्ये गुंतवणूक करण्याच्या उद्देशाने या समिटचं आयोजन करण्यात आलं आहे। या कार्यक्रमात नियोजित काळात विविध प्रकल्प पूर्ण करण्याच्या सिडकोच्या क्षमता आणि नवी मुंबईमध्ये सिडकोकडून करण्यात आलेली बांधकामं आणि विकास या विषयीच्या महत्त्वाच्या मुद्द्यांवर चर्चा केली जाणार आहे। तसेच नवी मुंबईतील आतिथ्य, आरोग्य, शिक्षण, क्रीडा आणि इतर क्षेत्रांचा विकास सुकर व्हावा याकरिता सिडकोने हाती घेतलेले विविध विकास प्रकल्प देखील या चर्चेचं वैशिष्ट्य असणार आहेत। सिडकोने नेहमीच नवी मुंबईच्या सर्वांगीण विकासावर लक्ष केंद्रित केलं आहे। हे उद्दिष्ट साध्य करण्यासाठी सिडकोने अनेक महत्त्वाकांक्षी प्रकल्प हाती घेतले आणि नवी मुंबईतील जीवनमान उंचवण्यासाठी पायाभूत सुविधांचा विकास केला। महागृहनिर्माण योजना, नवी मुंबई आंतरराष्ट्रीय विमानतळ, नवी मुंबई मेट्रो, कॉर्पोरेट पार्क इत्यादी प्रकल्पांचं काम प्रगतीपथावर असून या प्रकल्पांमुळे नवी मुंबईतील पायाभूत विकास क्षेत्रात आमूलाग्र बदल घडून येणार आहेत। तसेच सिडकोने शहराला उत्तम कनेक्टिव्हिटी लाभण्यावर लक्ष केंद्रित केल्यामुळे भावी गुंतवणूकदारांना गुंतवणुकीच्या उत्तम संधी उपलब्ध होणार आहेत।
Good afternoon and welcome once again to all the viewers, speakers, delegates and participants of this edition of SIDCO Investment and Infrastructure Summit 2021. This program is brought to you by SIDCO in media partnership with Elets Techno Media. It has indeed been a very wonderful day today since morning when we had the pleasure of hosting prominent distinguished speakers from the state of Maharashtra, and the icing on the cake was when we had the pleasure of hosting the Chief Minister of Maharashtra just before the onset of this panel discussion. We were blessed and honored to have their valued perspective on the investment opportunities in the state of Maharashtra with a particular reference to the Navi Mumbai region. Taking forward the discussions in the post-lunch session of this conference today, it's indeed my pleasure and honor to welcome here an esteemed panel of distinguished speakers which are from different organizations and departments of Maharashtra government and industry. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Kailash Shinde. Mr. Kailash Shinde is the Joint Managing Director and of SIDCO Limited. He was here. Yes, I can see him on the screen now. Welcome to the program, Mr. Kailash Shinde. You have been here since morning with us. Welcome once again. I also welcome Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, Provost of HSNC University in Mumbai. Welcome to this panel discussion, Mr. Nandani. Then we have Mr. KVRK Kumar, Additional Chief Planner, Building Permissions and Development Plan, SIDCO Limited. Welcome to this panel, Dr. Ravi Kumar. Thereafter, we are joined by Madam Aparna Vedula, Additional Chief Planner, Airport and Rehabilitation, SIDCO Limited. Welcome, Aparna ji. I also welcome Dr. Arvinder Singhal, co-founder and director of Mitra Hospital in Mumbai. I welcome Simi Sharma, director and trustee, Avalon Heights International School in Mumbai. I can't see her on the screen. Maybe that she'll be joining us in due course of time. Thereafter, I welcome Dr. Nicholas Korea, executive director, New Horizon Public School, Navi Mumbai. We have there Mr. Brijesh Karya also. Mr. Brijesh Karya is the Chief Operating Officer, Singhania Education Services Limited. Welcome to this program. A very relevant and apt topic in this post-lunch discussion today, healthcare, education and sports ecosystem in Navi Mumbai region. I will first of all, I will start from Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani for his opening comments on this topic. Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani.
Thank you very much, SIDCO. Thank you very much, Hilltest Technologies, for inviting me for this program. We're very, very proud of SIDCO. SIDCO has been one of the greatest planned cities in probably the entire country and after Chandigarh. However, the unique aspects of SIDCO is the fact that it has the connectivity to Great Mumbai. It has also a multimodal transport situation and a connectivity second to none. The connectivity is extremely important. The Sion-Panvel highway goes through, and the NH4 actually continues through that and goes to the expressway to Pune and the entire southern and western Maharashtra. So I think SIDCO has that connectivity. We also have the connectivity of SIDCO in terms of the new airport which is coming up at Panvel, and SIDCO has participated in a huge way in order to bring it. We are also now being connected with water transport, which is also very important. So connectivity in terms of air, water, road, and of course, why did I forget, the railway line connectivity of a southern railway, which goes from VT to Panvel via SIDCO, through SIDCO, and the connectivity to Thane also. So you have all the four transport methods. Also the fact that the Delhi-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, the Virar-Alibag corridor passes through SIDCO. So the entire development is centered over here. So we have four aspects of it which are very important. One, we have the residential areas which have been there. We have the commercial areas which are there. And we also have the uniqueness where the railway stations are also done into commercial establishments that have been done. So we have residential, commercial, we have the industrial enterprises, including companies like Reliance and Jio, which are second to none in terms of the entire development which has taken place. And also we have infrastructure, second to none. Infrastructure is relevant to our discussion today. We have a wonderful health infrastructure. So many hospitals which are taking place over there. The hospital run by Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation, the private hospitals which are there, hospitals which are doing unique work in terms of various activities which are there. So I think that's extremely important. Also, the educational aspects of it are important. There are so many people on the panel over here who have important institutions which are running there and many more in the peripheral areas. SIDCO as a planning authority has done a fantastic job of earmarking locations for the purposes of health infrastructure, for the educational infrastructure, and also the social infrastructure. So we have had also the D.Y. Patil Stadium, where we have had proper cricket matches of national and international level which have taken place. So I think the uniqueness of SIDCO has been the fact that it is a holistic city on the peripherals of Mumbai and have made a great progress in terms of it. A leadership second to none. I think the entire SIDCO, with Mr. Shinde here and our planners which are over here need to be congratulated for the continuing improvement in terms of this direction, which is second to none. We are very proud of SIDCO and the development, the planned development which has taken place over there. Yes, we can always do better, but in the sense that I have yet to see any other city, new city in the entire country which has all the type of infrastructure which SIDCO correctly has. So we are very proud of SIDCO completely for the activity it has taken place.
Thank you, Mr. Niranjan Hiranandani. Your words must be music to the ears of all the SIDCO officials here. In fact, one of the primary objectives of this program is to foster better ideas, best practices, and we learn from all the length and breadth of the country, the latest innovations which are shaping place in the urban development of the country. I was able to see Dr. Shinde a short while back, but I think again the connection has got lost. Let me move on to Mr. KVRK Ravi Kumar, Additional Chief Planner, Building Permission and Development Plan. We just heard the industry's perspective from Mr. Hiranandani. Now let us hear from SIDCO officials about SIDCO's futuristic plans. Mr. Ravi Kumar.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible? Yeah.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
I must thank Dr. Niranjan for giving a nice introduction of SIDCO and its activities and the development pattern which SIDCO had undertaken so far. All this is possible because of the land, public ownership of the land. This is the key where and why how SIDCO has implemented all the projects and also ventured into several innovative approaches for development, like railway stations and even housing. We have financing projects like railways. All these experiments we could do it because of land ownership which we have. As we have actually we provide all social infrastructure for the locals, like schools, colleges, even hospitals. They all meet the requirements of the people who are the residents of the city, or maybe the cities adjacent to it. Now we are thinking of developing social infrastructure, especially in the fields of medicine and also education, and also institutions of national and international importance. SIDCO has taken a decision to develop Medicity and EduCity or educational city, institutional city, and also a sports city. These are the new concepts which we are bringing in Navi Mumbai. We have earmarked the 3-4 locations for this purpose. And if I'm permitted, I can show the locations that will give a clarity of another idea, the orientation of the locations, so that you can appreciate it. These are all situated along the National Highway 4B, which come rather from the Pune Highway towards the International Airport. It is a highway on which we have identified these lands. That huge about Medicity is about 65 pieces of land. In the morning, this SIDCO has already given oriented about these projects. I'll just go deep into this. In the Medicity, which is about 60 hectares of land, situated in the area called Karanjade, which is about I would say 15 kilometers away from the railway proposed international airport, and also about from the landing point of MTHL from Mumbai. This is very strategically located on the highway and also adjacent to this MMC, multimodal corridor, Alibag, Virar, the road. In this, we are contemplating to bring in the medical institutions, medical colleges, hospitals of international repute, which includes their research facilities as well. The SIDCO will prepare the layouts and depending upon the requirements, maybe the policies will be taken, the guidelines will be framed for development and the development of this Medicity. So this is one piece of land which is about 65 days. Next to that, we have educational and institutional city. It is about 100 hectares of land. Here also, we would like to bring the institutions of international importance, be it in the finance, be it in the other educational facilities of international or national importance, maybe unique educational facilities to bring. In fact, the idea is to bring Navi Mumbai into the international map. As such, we're bringing the international airport, it will be there in it, but we want to bring the Navi Mumbai facilities also at par with the international standards. This is the idea behind it. So next to this educational city, we have, it's a new concept of developing a sports city. It is just adjacent to this multimodal corridor, which is connecting Vasai and Alibag Road, and also very close to the Mumbai MTHL, Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link, where it lands from Mumbai. It is it's again about 100 hectares of land, and it is in the middle of all the green areas, where we can have most of sports activities. It can be a kind of a football stadium, kind of a any other major sports city can also be a kind of a race course if the government contemplates. Such kind of facilities are contemplated here. These are the three major activities which SIDCO would like to venture into and bring in the people. As I said, land will be acquired by SIDCO and it will be developed by the investors, the people who would like to bring in the activities in it. SIDCO is the facilitator in this part. So this is the thing which I would like to highlight in the fields of medicine and education and sports. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. KBRK Ravi Kumar. That was Additional Chief Planner, Building Permissions and Development Plan, SIDCO. Before I bring in the next speaker, Aparna Bedula, I would like to invite Dr. Arvinder Singhal, again from the industry side, to hear from the industry perspective. Dr. Arvinder Singhal, co-founder and director of Mitra Hospital in Mumbai. Dr. Arvinder.
Hello everyone. I'll just share my screen and show a few slides about healthcare in Navi Mumbai. I think it will be it's a sense of pride for all of us, the way healthcare has developed in Navi Mumbai. I shifted to Navi Mumbai about 15 years back, and that time I was a young doctor qualified from All India Institute of Medical Sciences. Fortunately, I came to a city which was still in the developing phase, and I could see how NMMC is developing the 4-tier structures in terms of providing large amount of OPD care with the multimodal centers. There are a lot of private hospitals in Navi Mumbai which are registered with NMMC, which is about 250 hospitals. And there are more than 1,500 private GP clinics in Navi Mumbai. And within private hospitals, there are the biggest names in healthcare like Apollo, MGM, Fortis. They are there in Navi Mumbai, along with some doctor-run centers like our hospital, which is Mitra Hospital, and Advanced Eye Hospital in Sanpada, which provide care, tertiary level care to patients with various health conditions. Now, Navi Mumbai is a very unique city. In the last 15 years, when I came to Navi Mumbai, I was the only pediatric urologist in whole of Western India. Now I can see that specialties like cardiac surgery, which patients used to go from Navi Mumbai to Mumbai, they don't have to go to Navi Mumbai anymore. Similarly, for transplant services, robotic surgery, cancer care, IVF, all these services are very well available in Navi Mumbai. In fact, we get more than 200 patients every year from other states of India to Navi Mumbai who come for various kinds of healthcare services to Navi Mumbai itself, which is again a matter of pride. It is also a matter of pride for SIDCO because we built all this infrastructure with the kind of facilities which we have here. The COVID was again an amazing response by NMMC, where there were a lot of primary care COVID centers, vaccination centers, exhibition centers. The SIDCO exhibition center was converted into 1,000-bedded hospital for taking care of isolation patients as well as patients on oxygen. So this was again an initiative. So in fact, a lot of my friends used to call me from other cities, oxygen nahi mil raha, bed nahi mil raha. But in Navi Mumbai, we hardly had that problem. And that is a congratulations to SIDCO as well as the NMMC for organizing this care in very testing second wave times. I also want to take 1 minute to talk about digital health. Navi Mumbai is the city of 21st century. And I think the real calling of 21st century is using technology for our well-being. I'm fortunate to start a company in Navi Mumbai, which is India's largest digital therapeutic company. We just closed a large round of 20 crores from an investment fund. And our company has now won a lot of awards internationally. And we have thousands of patients across India, US, and Dubai who are taking care of digital health from Navi Mumbai. So we have created a software for managing diabetes patients using continuous glucose monitoring devices. This is first of its kind software entirely in the whole of Southeast Asia and GCC region. And this company is again in IT corridor in Navi Mumbai. Thanks to SIDCO for creating those zones for IT companies. With this, we have been able to reverse diabetes for a lot of patients. We have been able to achieve better control without medications for a lot of patients. And we have presented our research from Navi Mumbai at various American and European conferences. We believe throughout this place of Navi Mumbai, we have attracted so many engineers, doctors to join our company that we'll be able to change the lives of 17 crore people with diabetes and pre-diabetes in India using technology which is built in Navi Mumbai. This year, we were also rated #1 in whole of India as the Health Tech Innovation Company. We were rated #1 in 110 companies in India. And also the Healthcare Startup of the Year award went to us this year from Entrepreneur Magazine. So just combining this, I think Navi Mumbai is the city of 21st century. It is a city which supports physical health care by good hospitals, good infrastructure, and also digital healthcare by companies such as Fitterfly, which I'm running from Navi Mumbai. Thank you very, very much, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Singhal, for keeping your presentation short, to the point, and precise. And as you rightly said, that Navi Mumbai is one of the few regions in the country which has been able to optimally mix the physical infrastructure with the digital infrastructure. Because as we move forward, the role and importance of digital technologies cannot be understated. Before I go to the next speaker, I would like to invite Aparna Vedula here, again from the government side, from CIDCO side. She is representing CIDCO, Additional Chief Planner, Airport and Rehabilitation in CIDCO. I would invite Aparna to give her opening comments on this topic.
Yeah, thank you so much. Uh, I think my colleague Mr. Ravi Kumar has touched on the things which we have to offer in the future in the sector of social facilities, what we call, like, which includes health, education, and sports. I would like to just highlight very briefly the skeleton, the spinal cord behind the things Navi Mumbai could offer, which I think Mr. Hirnandani and now the last speaker had very kind words to say. Thanks to them. The thing is, in Navi Mumbai, the development model of Navi Mumbai was unique. In the 1970s, it was decided that three things would be given to this city. One is access to land. SIDCO, as the New Town Development Authority, was given powers to acquire land in blank, in blanket acquisition of land, creating land banks. Second is SIDCO had the exclusive rights to plan for the city, that is assign land uses. Third is SIDCO had the exclusive rights to sell these plots. So that is how this is the spinal cord. I would say this is the tripod of powers which really SIDCO has used properly, and this is what is behind the outcome that you see today. And regarding social facilities from the plan point of view, let me tell you that we do have a set of norms which is approved by the SIDCO board, where we have given priority to healthcare and education as essential facilities. So that's very important, that this particular decision has a very important contribution behind the fact that the number of plots or the level of services that we have in the city today, because the norms take care of three levels of healthcare plus super specialty. The three levels being the neighborhood level clinic, and then the nursing homes, and then the hospitals. Similarly, in education, we do have these schools, colleges, and also professional colleges. We also do have a plan for university for a long time, and we are watching and waiting what comes about. So the thing is, in the normal planning, it has been ensured that adequate number of land is assigned with these very very essential land uses. And third thing is that we do have a policy of discounted pricing of these lands. So with this, I would like to say that, like, the entire frame is set, and on the same lines, we will be opening up the new projects which my colleague Mr. Ravi Kumar mentioned: the Medicity, the Sports City, and the Edu City. So I think the investors who are thinking of using this opportunity, please rest assured that you are in very strong hands, and the future is really bright. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Aparna Vedula. These were really very assuring words. The dream which we saw in the 70s, as outlined by you, has been fructified over the course of the last 4 decades. And under the able guidance of SIDCO and the Maharashtra government, we do hope that it becomes one of the hottest investment destinations, not only in India, but globally. I would now like to have a perspective from another industry representative here, This industry speaker is from the school education system. Simi Sharma, Director and Trustee, Avalon Heights International School. Simi is there? Yes, she has come. So welcome to this panel discussion, Simi. We are discussing the opportunities in healthcare, education, and sports ecosystem in the Navi Mumbai region. Kindly unmute yourself.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's really, really nice and wonderful to be listening to all of you. And, I would only echo what everybody has already said. Where I often call Navi Mumbai as parents' paradise. Any parent who walks in Navi Mumbai, it's like you got choice. It's not a place where, there were days and times when people would queue up in front of schools to get admission in one type of school or another. I think people in Navi Mumbai are extremely fortunate, thanks to the policy and the systems that CIDCO had followed, that we have a whole variety of schooling here. Initially in the city of Mumbai, we would have very large proportion of ICSE schools, and people who were in transferable jobs had a difficult time finding a CBSE school. But I think in Navi Mumbai, we are very fortunate to have a lot of CBSE schools, ICSE schools, SSC schools, and even international schools, although the international schools are still smaller in number and have a scope of going great. But there is a lot of variety and very good campuses, which is very much hand in hand to the way city has been developed. I think it's anyway, we are in absolutely, like I would say, lush green paradise when it comes to being living in the city of Navi Mumbai. Also, the city being planned so beautifully that we have so many industries and so many opportunities for people, that there's a lot of migrant population, a lot of young population, and a lot of children, who are looking for the right kind of schooling. At one point, CIDCO has always had a very high vision and kept very high standards. And I remember when we started the school, I was this indigenous, individual who was, just setting out on starting a school. I started as a play school. And CIDCO had rejected our application 3 times simply because their basic benchmark was that the institution has to be 10-year-old. The management has to have track record of at least 3 to 5 years and have proved themselves, and only then they'll get a land. And that's how we never could procure a land from CIDCO. But it's because of those policies that the city has had a very, very healthy competition. You have had big brands like DAV and DPS and Pal Bharti, all big names, APJ, and it's a very happy, competitive space to thrive in. Where you can't be just putting your back to rest and lying and saying, okay, I got a school and it's going to run. You have to really continue to excel and innovate to stay in the game. So I would, like to request here, that's totally on my individual level, is to also look at indigenous individual talent while allocating spaces, because sometimes that also can bring a lot of value to the city, like Avalon Heights did. When we started, we have been the first international school, first school to have brought international curriculum to Navi Mumbai. We produced country toppers, and I'm sure everybody who lives in Navi Mumbai is familiar with the kind of good service that we are providing, putting our heart and sweat into it. So I would say that we are very, very privileged, very fortunate to be in this city, with very, very visionary and very forward-looking kind of policymakers. So all the best, and I really hope to see, and I'm very happy to hear about the educational city and other plans that we have coming up, and I hope that we can have some more day boarding schools and more alternative education schools being set up in Navi Mumbai. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Simi Sharma. I hope towards the end of this panel discussion, the joint MD of SIDCO would like to make a comment on your feedback that sometimes they have to have some discretionary discretion in their decision making as far as allocation of land is concerned. But that towards the end of the discussion. Before that, I would like to invite another stakeholder from the education ecosystem. Mr. Brijesh Karia is there, Chief Operating Officer, Singhania Education Services Limited. Brijesh ji.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Elets, for having me here. And thank you to all the panelists. I've been hearing some wonderful thoughts, and I can't help but echo the thoughts. SIDCO has been absolutely visionary. I've been working with almost more than 20 plus schools in Navi Mumbai for the last 10 years, and believe me, the kind of progress that we have seen in terms of education is in Navi Mumbai is at the top right across with the country. You've got some of the top schools, you've got some of the top institutions, and the most important thing that I have personally experienced is the kind of talent that you find there. You know, I work very closely in terms of technology, in terms of schools, and I've seen most of the principals also there are very, very progressive. And as Simi ma'am was correctly pointing out, that the futuristic vision, which is built by SIDCO, is being carried forward by the stakeholders also across. As we speak, our group is also in talks with SIDCO in starting a school very soon in the Navi Mumbai belt. And we are also looking to invest a lot of money there in terms of the technology infrastructure, digital infrastructure, as far as education is concerned. You know, we believe it has a huge future, especially the last 18 months has shown us that the pandemic, you know, in technology is how critical it is as far as students are concerned. And we are definitely wanting to associate with SIDCO in implementing these technology measures for education. And we would love to partner with them. I was also extremely delighted when I heard about the Knowledge City coming up. We are sure we would love to be some of the stakeholders there. And I would like to also appreciate the kind of planning, you know, the nodal planning that has happened. I'm sure for every 4,000, 5,000 students across in a single node, you find a school there. And across the boards, I mean, from the state board schools to the CBSE, to the ICC, to the international schools. And believe you me, there are some top universities there as well. So in terms of education, I must say the place to be is definitely Navi Mumbai. And I would like to congratulate all the educationists, all the stakeholders, and definitely SIDCO for the same as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Brijesh Karia. You were also echoing the thoughts of the previous speakers. So something indeed special with the way SIDCO operates, and SIDCO is able to fructify the dreams of millions of people there. So the last speaker of this panel discussion, before I give the panel to our opening speaker, Dr. Kailash Shinde, who will also give the closing comments and also respond to all the speakers' perspectives, I would like to invite Dr. Nicholas Correa. Please forgive me for my pronunciation. Executive Director, New Horizon Public School, Navi Mumbai. Dr. Nicholas. Dr. Nicholas, please unmute yourself.
Thank you, SIDCO, for organizing this program on infrastructure, health, education, sports ecosystem. Health, education, and sports is the culture of Navi Mumbai. It has become culture of Navi Mumbai mainly because of SIDCO. If you go around all over India and see around the city, it is not a well-balanced cities. As we teach in the school, we need to teach our children, we need to take balanced diet. The SIDCO has put this culture in our day-to-day practice and in administration, balancing use of land in entire Navi Mumbai area, giving all types of uses, maybe for education, sports, knowledge, hospital, research, and all types of uses. It is not imbalanced. That's why it is called the smart city, one of the best cities in the country. When I was in school, I used to hear, and our teachers used to say, Chandigarh is the planned city, one of the best cities, planned cities. And when I became an educator, in the textbook we used to read and we used to tell our children, Navi Mumbai is the biggest planned city and it's a smart city, one of the beautiful cities, planned cities. And Chandigarh as compared to Navi Mumbai is smaller. But here, the use of land which is given to various purposes is tremendous. That's why we find the literacy rate of Navi Mumbai also is very high as compared to other cities. Almost, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's almost around 98% the literacy rate as per 2011 census. And Yeah. It has all become possible because CIDCO has given a lot of focus for education. There's a lot of schools. I think there is no other city has got so many schools as Navi Mumbai has. As the Simi Madam rightly said, we have got CBSE, ICSE, State Board, international boards, and all. And not only that, various other extracurricular, I think, correlated to education, the allied courses. So there are so many others. Same way in health and sports, you find even for entertainment, you've got various sports structures. And from Airoli, in Airoli we have got Airoli Sports Association. In Navi Mumbai, in Vashi, we have got Navi Mumbai Sports Association. So we have got again YMCA, and CIDCO has got various other sports infrastructures, various parts of this city. So this has made the city very friendly for the children. That's why from Navi Mumbai, we find one of the finest talents even in sports. If you go to any other city, maybe children are interested in only certain sports. But in Navi Mumbai, we find in athletics, we find in swimming, we find in various other sports. It is mainly because the infrastructural facilities given by CIDCO, or there are uses of lands which is given by CIDCO for building such infrastructure. That's why it is possible. In Airoli, I came to Navi Mumbai in 2001. So in 2001, I think I used to see a barren land in Airoli. No one wanted to come. Then over a period of time, I think Airoli also became a hub of education in Navi Mumbai. Today, we find best of the institutions in Airoli. Same way in other nodes, there are wonderful institutions. People are migrating to Navi Mumbai because there are best of the institutions available. I found a number of people from Navi Mumbai, even from Mumbai South. They are all shifting to Navi Mumbai because there are best of the schools available here. Not only best of the schools, and they have got a choice to select. Many other places, there is no choice. But when it comes to Navi Mumbai, you have got choice of schools, choice of board. You want to have CBSE school, you have got CBSE schools. You want to have ICSE school, you have got ICSE schools. You want to have state board school, you have got state board schools. Same way, the medium of instructions, you have got most of the many Marathi medium schools, and there are also a few Hindi medium schools, and even in other vernaculars. And this is found, this is uniqueness of Navi Mumbai, because it is planned by CIDCO. And I also call this city also a digital hub of India. During this pandemic, I think our industry, that is education industry, was affected very badly. We all got into a digital mode and imparted digital aided education. And it was easy because of the technological development in Navi Mumbai was so much. It was not that difficult for us to get into blended learning, maybe for hybrid learning, and immediately when the pandemic started, for online or virtual learning. So it was, I think everyone was thinking in the beginning, how to manage this pandemic. I think Navi Mumbai, I think entire globe suffered because of pandemic. But Navi Mumbai, comparatively, though it suffered the most, it is comparatively less as compared to other cities in other part of the world, other part of the country. And even imparting education, I think the digital aided education in Navi Mumbai was effectively imparted as compared to many other cities. It is mainly because the infrastructure which is created here, it is mainly because of the facilities and amenities created here and given, and the credit goes to CIDCO. And
please conclude, Dr. Nicholas.
Yeah, thank you so much, CIDCO, for giving us such an opportunity for developing education.
Actually, we are running short of the time, and same thing has been happening since morning. People and speakers have got so much to talk about the opportunities in the region of Navi Mumbai that all our panels are just overshooting their time limits. With this, you also made a very interesting analog of balanced diet, the way we have a balanced diet. Similar balance in development is there in Navi Mumbai in all spheres of economic activity, whether it is health, school, education, technology, or digital infrastructure. So with this, I would like to now invite Dr. Kailash Shinde, who is also the session chair, Joint Managing Director of CIDCO, for his comments on the industry representatives' perspectives here.
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. I'm first and foremost, thank you, every speakers. They joined here, they given their time and given their valuable inputs. I think everybody has, I'm overwhelmed with their comments and everything, how the CIDCO has planned this city. But apart from this, there are areas to improve. Always there is an area of improvement. So we will welcome all the suggestions, even though today it is not possible, but any digitally way they can communicate with us. And whatever the suggestion for an improvement, best of the practices in the world, that should be replicated and implemented in our vicinity. We will definitely try to emulate those models, and that can create a best of the healthcare facility, education, and sports also, because anyway we are coming up with upgrading a golf course to an international standard from 9 hole to the 18 hole, and the center of excellence where the FIFA World Cup matches will be held now. This year we will be giving these stadiums. There are 2 stadiums are ready. It will be handed over to the FIFA body for organizing, conducting a practice matches for the Women's FIFA World Cup. And the next year we will be hoping for a Junior FIFA World Cup also. And my colleague officer, Mr. Ravi Kumar and Aparna, both have spoken about how our planning has been envisioned for the future sports and health and knowledge city we are planning to accommodate in the Navi Mumbai project. Definitely, this is a good space to invest. As the best of the infrastructure, we are trying our level best to provide the best of the infrastructure, social and digital also. One of the speaker has also acknowledged that during the COVID, how it has been helped into overcoming all the difficulties that will be faced by the other region of the country. But the Navi Mumbai could manage with the seamlessly, and ultimately the beneficiary are the students, because their education has not got affected. So all credit goes to all the planners and all the city development till today. I hope everybody will participate in these things. The development is a participatory development. CIDCO, we cannot claim as our own success, but it is a success of everyone. And all together, if we come together, then there is only the success that will last for a longer time also. It's a sustainable development, what we call as today. So this is a motto we will be carrying, is a sustainable development in all spheres of life for a livable city, and that the people should enjoy a life there with in a very peaceful and beautiful manner. Thank you, Mr. Everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Kailash Shinde. That was Dr. Kailash Shinde, Joint MD of CIDCO. We have a question here. I can see on the screen, but the question is not there. Let me invite the person, Dr. Arvinder Singhal. Dr. Arvinder Singhal wanted to have a question on hospital infra, and anyone, either Dr. Shinde or the other 2 speakers from CIDCO, can take that question.
Hello, sir, and hello, ma'am. I'm a young doctor. When I came to Navi Mumbai, I had the dream of building a great super specialty hospital here, but it was very difficult to find a plot of land of a suitable size. Either there were very big plots available and they were given to larger players, or very small plots available. So how can we create a little bit more visibility for doctors like us who are well trained from international institutes and want to set up specialty centers here? Is there an option available for us to meet CIDCO directly, come with our requirements and tell us what we want, and we can work with CIDCO and create those places?
Answer this question, Dr. Arvinder. First and foremost, we have all mix of the health facility plots reserved, and the areas also we have kept it. For establishing a dispensary or a polyclinic or in a diagnostic center, we have given a maximum area up to 1,000 square meter. So 1,000 square meter area is a huge area where you can have a construction of a 3,000 square meter with the 2.5 FSI and the ancillary FSI. So that is a huge structure you could accommodate. And for the multi-speciality hospital, we will be giving almost allocating the land up to the 2 hectares. So very soon we will be launching a scheme of 15-16 plots where you can see the mix of the plots, where 2000 square meter plot is there, 4000 square meter plot is there, and a small 500 square meter plot is also there. So I think your need will be taken care of by, and very soon, by a couple of days, we have already approved the proposal. The advertise will be in the public.
This will be the Karanjade Health City, sir?
Not Karanjade, it is a small plots. Karanjade will be coming up in a short time, because there is still in the planning phase. But the other things, all over the Navi Mumbai area, all nodes are covering these 16 plots.
Thank you, sir.
Simi Sharma, would you like to have any question before the eminent policymakers here from SIDCO?
No, I just had the request, no questions.
Okay, fine. So I would now request Dr. Mr. KV R.K. Ravi Kumar for his closing comments.
Yeah, it's very heartening to listen the positive sides of the development and the education, medical and institution development. As JP said, it is also, we also open to the kind of ideas, the new ideas which you have for development. See, it's, as you said, it's a participatory development. There should be a kind of inputs from the public as well to incorporate. See, the policymakers may not know or understand all the aspects what the public wants. What are the things that is there in the records and what are the demand they come, based on that they try to create a policy to incorporate all the activities and issues in it. But if you have any special suggestions for further development or improving it, your SUP is always welcome, and we can always look into this and we can try to incorporate. Especially in the areas where we are thinking about the developing this Medicity, City, and the Sports City, from both the industry's point of view and also from the investors' point of view. I think we keep on improving ourselves, including the norms and standards based on the changing societal demands and needs and requirements. With this, I conclude my comments.
Thank you, Mr. Ravi Kumar. Perhaps Aparna Vedula would like to add some more to that comment.
Yeah, I would just like to add that, like I said, that we have this, the policy base which forms the foundation of SIDCO, whatever SIDCO is doing regarding the social facilities. And since we have eminent representatives of the school sector in Navi Mumbai, the education sector in Navi Mumbai, and also the health sector, I would like to add here that, SIDCO has always had this mixed bag approach, which I mentioned that, we have small plots. For example, in, let's say, healthcare, we have clinic plots which are around 500 square meter or maximum up to 1,000 square meter. And then we have hospitals which are 5,000 square meter. And like our joint MD sir mentioned, that we have this super specialty and really big hospitals which can go above a hectare and maybe up to 2 to 3 hectares. So area-wise and level of facility-wise, the plot SIDCO is having to offer is always a mixed bag, and whoever is looking to buy a plot and set up a institute or a facility are requested to watch out for this different scale of plots which are coming out. Not only the Medicity and this EduCity of the future, we still have quite a few number of plots in the areas which are now governed by the NMMC, the areas which are governed by the PNC, the Panvel side, the Thanap side, and also in the areas of Kharghar, Ulve, etc., etc. All these areas does have this entire mixed bag of facility plots in offer. So do watch out and see what suits your requirement. And like I would like to add to Joint MD sir what he said, that please give us your feedback as the educator community or the healthcare provider community, that if you would like us to have a little bit of reorienting ourselves or change the axis a little bit in the plots we are offering. Any suggestions are welcome so that we can, kind of, this feedback would help us to do things better. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Madam Aparna Vedula. Just to add on to that closing comment from you, this program is being broadcast on a 3D virtual platform and as well as on various social media platforms. So whoever delegates have joined us and are listening to us, them also we would request them to share their feedback, comments, and suggestions, whatever they have to give to us, they can give to us. We'll collate all those suggestions and feedbacks and present in the form of a knowledge report to CIDCO. Ultimately, as mentioned by one of the speakers, this has to be a collaborative effort between the policymakers, industry, and researchers. So with this, we come to a conclusion of this panel discussion. The next panel discussion will start at 3 o'clock. Before I actually conclude it, I will request my team at the back end to present the speaker certificates to all the esteemed speakers here. This certificate of gratitude is presented to Dr. Kailash Shinde, Joint Managing Director, CIDCO Limited. Thank you, Dr. Kailash Shinde, for being our mentor throughout this conference. We also would like to thank Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani, Provost, HSNC University, Mumbai. Dr. Niranjan Hiranandani was there in the opening part of this panel discussion, but I had to leave for an important meeting. Thank you to him in his absence. Then from CIDCO's side, we had another speaker, Mr. KVRK Ravi Kumar, Additional Chief Planner, Building Permissions and Development Plan, CIDCO Limited. Thank you, Mr. Ravi Kumar. We had Aparna Vedula, Additional Chief Planner, Airport and Rehabilitation from CIDCO Limited. Thank you, Aparna Vedula, for giving the perspective of CIDCO. From the industry, from Mitra Hospital, we had Dr. Arvinder Singhal, co-founder and director of Mitra Hospital, gave us some interesting insights from the health service providers' point of view. From the education industry, we had Simi Sharma, director and trustee, Avalon Heights International School, Navi Mumbai. Thank you to Simi Sharma as well. We had Brijesh Karia, Chief Operating Officer, Singhania Education Services Limited. Thank you, Mr. Brijesh. And finally, we had Dr. Nicholas Korea, Executive Director of New Horizon Public School, Navi Mumbai. So with this, we come to a conclusion of this panel discussion. This is a conclusion of the panel discussion, not the conference. The conference will continue. We still have got 2 more panel discussions left. So please do remain hooked on. Thank you and bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.